on the Pangolier? Of course, he can play the Pangolier.
I think they need another answer to the Morphling, and I think that's more, well, that's easier to pick in a core hero like OD. But he's pretty good against Morph in general.
Already banned out, though, unfortunately.
Exactly, but that's why they've banned it, I'm saying. Yeah. It's a natural Hex builder as well, which Morph would have struggled with.
Alright, what do you think Team Secret's going to pick right now?
Need a
mid laner.
Mid one hero. Monkey King's banned. What else does mid one like? I mean, TA's still in the pool, which is a possibility. We've seen mid one own on TA today, I think, a couple of times already.
Go for the Razor, but it's not really a mid one hero. I think you'd prefer to see him on something a bit more active.
He is very good at that.
Well, hero, I mean, yeah.
They just put the Pango mid against the Razor then, and it kind of...
A bit more mechanical, I guess, is what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. They've got a lot of time still on Secret. They've saved a lot of their reserve time for here. What else have we seen mid one play recently? I wish I had like a mid one profile up on my screen at the moment.
Probably should. Probably should.
I probably should. Yeah, you're right. The thing is, mid one's hero pool is so flexible as well. Like, he's so good on so many heroes. Like, we used to see him playing Invoker all the time as well, which, I mean, technically he could do here, but it would be super greedy. Maybe like a Quasrex Invoker, but I think it's more likely to be something like a TA, something that can be active early on, pressure the map hard. I think you want something that links up with the Bounty Hunter to abuse this track potential as well, to get early track kills going for your team.
Okay, something very important. I've just been messaged, by the way. The rules actually state that if teams have an equal amount of points and compete for the first place, they should play a tiebreaker best-of-1 match.
Ooh. That makes things a lot more interesting.
It does indeed. So where does that put us now?
Okay, so if Secret win, they'll just
they're top. There's no way. Even if OG beat Akin, that'll only bring them up to 5-2. Meanwhile, Secret will be at 6-1. However, if OG win this, then they bring it to a best-of-1 decider, provided they are able to beat
Akin as well.
And yeah, but Secret, they have one more game to play, right?
Oh, this is their last one, I'm pretty sure.
This is their last one, okay.
This is it's still a big game. But we could see another best-of-1 again if OG win this game. Between the two. They go for the Troll, by the way. I don't mind this hero too much. We've seen this hero quite a lot against the Drow Ranger, and we talked about their lack of control. Like, when the Troll pops ulti at the moment, they need more lockdown available to deal with this.
What? Where's this guy going?
Is it Silencer Core? Is Thompson playing Silencer?
It's Thompson Silencer. This is it, and this is very interesting. Well, we're used to seeing these kind of ace in the hole picks coming out for Thompson. These just weird heroes, you know. He's pioneered a lot of these interesting picks at mid, and that does not stop today.
If you've never seen a Core Silencer with Drow Aura before, it's revolting. You're all going to be a little bit sick. It's horrendous because this hero does so much damage with max glaives. It's crazy. And if he builds, like, it's pure damage as well. So against Morphling, it's a natural Hex builder. It's pure damage, so you don't care about the armor. It's a really good pick, but I'm interested to see if they can make it work. That's still the most important thing.
Of course, always, especially picking it into Team Secret as well. Is it desperation or is it just galaxy brains? It's really difficult to tell, and we won't know until we get into the matchup here, but I'm certainly excited to see Thompson mid versus mid one Troll Warlord. Just a complete different... How does this matchup go, Mo? Do you know?
Oh, what, the Silencer Troll matchup?
The classic?
Yeah, the classic. I would imagine Troll does okay. Silence doesn't seem like the strongest hero early on, but I think as the levels go, as the levels come online, Silencer should start to dominate the lane a little bit more with each level.
All right, well, it's a
I'm honestly unsure, though.
That is a lot of Pangolier games.
Oh, that's not Pango games, that's all games altogether.
Oh, okay.
But that's still a ridiculous win rate. That's like 4,300 wins and less than 3,000 losses.
These guys are pretty good at the old Dota 2 game. As we get into this best-of-1 series, it is Team Secret versus OG in this best-of-1 game. If OG win, they will bring it to a best-of-1 tiebreaker and have to play each other again, provided they play against Akin later on, and I believe they have to beat Akin, right?
Yes, they do, yeah. Even if they win this game, they still have to win their last game too. Thompson, some monkeys. Good for him. And look at his item build on Silencer. It's all about CSing in the lane at the start of the game.
Wow, that's
mantles.
That's a lot of mantles. This reminds me of Skywrath, you know, just whacking up that in as high as you can. 63 damage to start this off, and Glaives of Wisdom as well if you really need them. So Thompson going to be hitting like an absolute truck coming out of the base here.
I feel like this Morphling up in the top lane from Secret, if they secure the Morphling's lane early on, they can basically just leave the Morphling to 1v1 the Beastmaster while the supports roam around the map. And Nisha will be absolutely fine. Like, all he needs is like a level or two advantage, and all of a sudden the Beastmaster's really going to struggle.
I just want to point something out here as well. I'm just double checking the standings, and if OG beat Aachen later on and beat Team Secret now, then they don't have to play Secret again. They just get straight through. So they're currently 5-1. Yeah. Yep. That's if they beat Aachen, yeah. Meanwhile, Enchantress has to back away from this bottom lane as they will not be able to secure an extra bounty rune for themselves, but still grab themselves up 3, which is pretty damn good. Again, Secret, you know, they did this last game as well, just leaving the bounties in favor of hiding the lanes, I think. I'm not sure. And Notel actually buys an early smoke here. Obviously not coming out to him just yet, but comes in to throw a bit of harass at Zai as well. Zai with a Janada. Give me your money.
Yeah, the best thing about the early smoke pickup from Notel is that it puts it on cooldown straight away. So obviously smokes have a long cooldown, they're 10 minutes each. If you buy one instantly, the third one in the shop will instantly start refreshing up again. Zai's loving stealing Notel's gold here, huh?
Yeah, he's just chasing him around. Give me that money, Notel. Thank you very much. It's kind of annoying, and I kind of come in and help out his support, but Zai not really doing a lot when it comes to the actual lane here. Not contesting Anna. She's just got herself a Rylai Battle Blessing token. It's getting extra profit from this lane, not just in-game, but also out of it. Meanwhile, Pangolier is dropping a little bit low here in the top lane to Puppey and Nisha. Puppey will find him. He's got the spike as well. Does Nisha want to come over? He doesn't actually have the waveform yet, still level 1. So Jarex will just swashbuckle himself away, clearing himself out, and should be okay. Yeah, Puppey can't chase any longer, so Seb babysat quite nicely in this lane right now.
Jax really needs to make the most of these early levels though on the Pango, because this lane's only going to get really more and more difficult for him to gank. If he gets like a lucky shot silence proc, then maybe they kill the morph, but it's not likely.
Alright, let's stop teasing everybody. Let's go over to this middle lane as we have Thompson playing up versus the Troll on the Silencer and see how things are going over here. Well, it's a pretty even start as things get out of the base here. Currently 8-3 on Thompson, meanwhile 7-2 on mid one, so not a big lead as of yet. So if this pick was meant to completely destroy this Troll Warlord from level 1, not quite doing that so far.
That's 2 points in Glaives now though. Watch how much damage they do to the Troll. He gets a last hit off onto them.
Last hit onto the Troll.
It's 45% of the extra int. He's got 45 int.
Yeah, let's see here. He's actually going for the deny, but the Axes will get it instead. And one just taking no chances with that one. He's doing very well in this lane to start things off. That's pretty painful. Extra 20 damage on top of those, it looks like.
Down in this bot lane though, like Zai's quite happy with this lane going the way as he's just hit level 3 under his tower. And but unfortunately, this Ench is just following YapzOr around the jungle, so YapzOr has to move over to the top half of the map. Zai's lane might get a little bit more difficult now because of that. This range treat's not constantly getting denied anymore.
He really wants to find himself a bit of money in this lane, because right now, whilst he's been stealing some from Notel a little bit, that's about all of its income. Currently sitting on 7-0, which is not great when you look at Anna's 12-2 as it stands. So
well played by Zai. He just goes and blocks the camp as well. Stop Ench having the possibility of getting another big creep.
Just finding out with Zai right now. Has a bunch of Invis reveal on the courier, but no courier brought to him as of yet.
OG playing this top lane really well. Seb has 17 last hits to Nisha's 9, and you see
they're playing every single lane well. Yeah, they want to dive the tower a little bit here, closing the gap onto Puppey. Nisha coming in from behind, morphing a bit of strength to try and do some damage and present a threat, but it's not going to happen. OG draw first blood onto Puppey, but Nisha looking for Jarax as a return kill. Will find that, and Seb's got to be careful as well. He runs himself away, doesn't really want to give himself to Nisha as well. And popping that salve as well just to get himself nice and healthy, but still first blood going the way of OG, so they are going to be happy with that trade, I would imagine.
Yeah, but at the same time, Nisha missed the whole wave under tower because of the diving, so...
Meanwhile, mid Thompson taking a couple of axes here from mid one. Will be forced back a little bit from the lane here, but now turning around with these glaives. Mid one though, not scared, coming forwards with the axes. Thompson fighting up, but there's the fairy fire coming out from mid one, and kill will find the kill onto Thompson.
Yeah, well played by mid one. A bit scary, and guess what spawned in the bot lane?
Radiant's middle tower is under
Lucky for
attack.
him. Well, they see it with the
Ooh,
wards, but
dreamy.
nice region.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gets the kill, doesn't even need to bring a salve out. What a lucky lad.
Puppey harassing up Jarax a little bit. Nisha just going to take care of the ball, but Seb sets his another one. So puts that in their space. I'll stun that one up. They know they can't be slowed too much. Nisha having to morph strength here a little bit. They're doing a bit of damage with the Hex onto Pangolin. Does control that up a bit with the
silence
strike coming in. Who's going to die first? It's going to be Jarax going down first, but Nisha in response. And that's a lot of gold going to Sebs. He's now chasing Puppey as well, just telling him to get out of his lane. Seb sorting his dominance up here as he brings down Nisha. A very worthwhile trade for OG once again up here at top. Just taking the favorable trades each and every time. Meanwhile, Notel grabs this bounty rune. None of the others actually touched right now. It's 5 minutes in and these top runes are just ignored.
I'm surprised Puppey didn't go and try and grab at least one, but Jarax is going to gobble those up very happily.
Yep, and probably be a bit surprised this one's still lying here, but there you go. Nice and aged now as well.
Notel takes over the catapult in the bottom lane as well from the 5-minute spawn, and the Radiant's coming as well. You can't see this tower living for very long.
No, you cannot. Although the siege creep doesn't. Oh yeah, you can just refresh it with the enchant, can't you? So
Yes.
plenty of damage for this tower with the precision aura. And Zai once again steals a bit of damage and gets back to the tree line here. Just trying to be careful. They don't do a lot of damage to him because of course he does have a ridiculous amount of armor under this tower. Actually sitting at 11.
Yeah, well played by YapzOr just to rotate over to make sure that tower doesn't fall down. It's down to 300 HP though. It's very low.
It's really low.
Just another 6-minute bounty rune. Okay.
Well, up at top, Nisha. It's so hard for him to lane out versus Jarax with his swashbuckle, honestly. Stun comes out though. Pangolier, Jarax, he's in some trouble here. In fact, he's gone. Coming a little bit too far forward. Yeah, I did. Sorry, man.
Don't say sorry to me. You need to all.
Oh, I wasn't. Meanwhile, Zai just hanging around in this bottom lane, just stealing as much gold as he can. They're going to pop the dust here with the Hellbear Smasher. It helps slow him down a little bit, but the damage is just so lacking from these two. They're trying to run him down, but Zai just throwing himself away. Yeah, these Eidolons really getting to work on Notel and Anna. Anna, got to be careful as a Midnight Pulse comes down. Get yourself away. The right clicks. Is it going to be enough? There's no more Malefice charges, and YapzOr's actually the one who's going to drop out of turns around to get the kill. And now the silence out onto the Bounty Hunter, but he's still running Anna down. Anna's got the shrine. Can he make it? The slow comes out from Notel, and now they can look to turn this one around. A sentry is planted, and Anna turns around again to grab the kill, doing naughty work on this Drow Ranger. Goodness.
UG doing really well in their lane so far, and just securing 2 kills himself in the bot lane. Cement a little bit more greedy with this. Easily doing that, especially with the Drow being level 6 now. You can one-hit the Enigma's Helm of Dom Creep. Not as easy as most games for YapzOr here.
Yeah, it's pretty painful as Jarax smokes get popped by Zai. And Zai, they do actually see him under the sentry, which Notel just placed here. So Zai not really knowing what to do with himself, running around in circles. He's just going to be dropping here. Another death for Zai. I say that. The stun comes in from Puppey, but it's not enough to keep him alive.
These boars are chasing Puppey, but
They do so much damage.
wish they would fix this hawk animation. It's so triggering. Yeah.
That's how hawks fly, actually.
Wait, do they actually?
Yeah, they kind of like hummingbirds, but very big.
Oh, right, okay. What's Thompson doing on this silencer? We haven't talked about him in a little while. He's actually gone full null talismans with all those mantles of intelligence, by the way.
You know what, baby? Yep, Robo the Magi, all the null talismans. This guy is a smart dude. Hasn't really rotated in for any kills to get that sweet +2. But it's
he hasn't taken a point in his E just for the silence with the last word, but he's going full on lane domination build.
Do you think it's an Aghanims game, the silencer?
He will. I think he'll build it eventually, yeah. Because
absolutely.
It's such a huge amount of damage.
And you've got the Drow as well for the extra silence. Just in case you don't know, because it's not exactly popular, Silencer's Aghanim Scepter allows him to pierce BKB inside his glaives and also do double damage to heroes who are silenced.
Which is crazy, by the way. If it's Morphling, it's going to have, like, sometimes we see Morphling build the Manta and then just build really heavily in stats, but he needs a BKB this game, because if he gets silenced once and hit by those glaives, oh my god, will it hurt. Thompson will...
It's going to get mad. It's if we get there. I mean, there's a lot of Dota to go before we can look at stuff like that coming out. And again, how early will he build it? It'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on, that's for sure.
I think you probably want some kind of maneuverability item on the tops in this game. Like, you'll probably build into the Hurricane Pike at some point. Possibly...
Yeah, you don't really want to be in a situation where mid one just jumps into every fight and chases you down with his ultimate. That's not a happy situation for the Silencer. Does not spark joy.
I like this move a lot from OG. They've pushed Anna towards the top lane, and they're giving Jarax a little bit of farm mid there. But looking for him to come top, they've sensed some kind of fight breaking out here, especially around the 10-minute bounty rune spawn.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
This time Secret will grab up their bounty runes, so it makes it 3 for OG, and only mid one actually edging to. Wait.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, I thought someone grabbed that at top. Never mind.
I find it interesting that they've given No-Tail space to hit level 6 really quickly. I mean, this Ench does a huge amount of damage, especially with the precision aura. You know, even though it's just a position 5. Thought they might want to give the space to the Pango
Zai
instead.
hunting Ana a little bit here. He's got Seb behind him though, so this could be dangerous for Zai if they go in for this one. But Nisha turning into the Drow, but the silence comes out from Ana first, and I can back away. Actually, they throw the Raw onto the Morphling here. Can they finish him off before he morphs back into Nisha? No, they cannot. And now the Strength Morph comes in, and it's still Ana who's in trouble, but thankfully Jarax comes rolling through to save out the Drow Ranger. They'll look towards Zaya, mid one as well, forced to pop that ultimate. Hanging in under the tower though, he's almost certainly dead when he comes back in. Meanwhile, Nisha back in the Drow form, just getting off that damage. Mid one will fall, and now the Global Silence comes out. They're trying to bring down the Lion before he can turn around and get the stun off, and it's not going to happen. No-Tail with the impetus does the damage, and now Silence actually finds Morphling. Morphling, they're trying to bring him down, getting close onto him here, but he can waveform off into the trees, TP himself out. They don't have anything to stop this happening, so they'll wave goodbye to the Morphling. Zai in the trees still, hanging himself around. Doesn't really look like they can go for this. The Hawk will see him, but there's nothing really they can do, although they've got the dust. Never mind, they've got the dust on Jarax. Yeah, now they can just chase him down, but they're going to stop.
Is under attack.
Yeah, they needed another proc there for the kind of kill chance, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he Seb got the bore on him quite quickly enough. Maybe no, I still think it, yeah, as you say, the proc was needed, because Bounty Hunter is pretty fast.
YapzOr at the same time, he's going to get this tier 1 in return. Not really.
Yeah,
much
yeah,
to do.
so it's not an empty trade, but it's not a good trade. Now 3k gold advantage for OG. They are the winners of this laning phase, but not by much. Very close game still, especially with YapzOr taking that tower and bringing the net worth advantage to only 2k gold. Beastmaster, he's actually going for this Necro book as well, so realizing that there's not that much wave clear on Secret, at least enough for him to warrant going for this this Necro book, and of course does give you the True Sight as well, which can often be overlooked, but very nice versus that Bounty Hunter.
What level's Puppey? Puppey is level 6 now. I think he took the tome, but they really need to try and play around this finger and get a kill. If the Bounty Hunter and the Lion smoke up or something, they have a lot of burst damage between the two that they can find kills. It's just very difficult with OG grouping up in large numbers at the moment to find a singular pickoff.
They're heading up to top right now.
Look at Thompson's iron build, by the way. He's going so stat heavy with this Atos build next as well.
Okay, so the Aetos is the answer. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of similar in the same vein of the 4 stuff. You know, you can stop the troll. Meanwhile, at the top, they actually get a kill onto No-Tail here, but they're keeping the troll locked down. Jarax has him in the stairwell here. Seb's got the Roar. Does he want to use it? Doesn't seem like it. Yes, he will. Use it onto YapzOr, actually, with the jump coming through. Silences up mid one, but he does get the ultimate off just afterwards, and now the ultimate comes out from the Enigma, but immediately silenced off by Thompson down in the bottom lane. Mid one getting low, but still finding up into Seb. Seb fights one, but then dies himself to the troll. Wåhlberg, they jump in to blow up Banner as well. Nisha joins the fight at just the right time, and they get the kill onto the Drow Ranger. OG get very, very greedy and try to take a fight 3 on 5, and it does not work out in their favor. That is a danger of fighting around shrines. Not even once.
Yeah, I mean, they get the global silence off, but without Thompson in the fight doing huge amounts of damage, they kind of lack that bite. You know, the Rolling Thunder's already been used. They use the Roar, but there's not a huge amount of follow-up damage coming through, especially with No-Tail getting blown up by the finger at the start of the fight. You know, if there were impetuses there, then maybe they could finish somebody off. And Mid1 doing huge amounts of work in that fight as the troll.
Yeah, the ultimate just keeping him alive for way longer than he should have. And I think his ultimate was actually off for quite a while there, but they didn't just have the damage to finish him. Meanwhile, Topson, he's just farmed up this game. He hasn't really been involved in any of these fights, waiting for this Atos, I would suppose, before he gets involved, and now might start joining the party a little bit.
I love that he has to switch all his stat items out when he shrines to get full efficiency. It takes
Full
like 2
efficiency,
seconds in
boy.
itself.
Yeah, Zai stalking Topson here. Might find the courier if they're not careful. Does do it, and that is the Atos from Topson, which he was waiting for such a long time. And now you're going to have to wait an extra 3 minutes, my friend.
Don't worry, guys. I'll join the fights now. I've got my Atos. Oh.
Well, they might get the return kill onto the bounty hunter here. Jarax just holding on to the Rolling Thunder. I mean, he's not actually using it. He's just taunting the guy as No-Tail does the job with the impetus. A lot of damage coming out from this position 5 Enchantress. Sprink.
God damn Enchantress. Possibly my most hated hero in the game.
She's great. Leave her alone. And, Roshan? Is that you?
Roshan.
Yeah, the glaives, the procs from Anna is just not lasting 2 seconds, and Topson's now got to grab himself an Aegis. They're really believing in the Topson 1 position. Meanwhile, Jarax is just jumping all over the troll. Whoa, they get it! Just the 2 supports! Jarax and No-Tail tag team down mid-1, who gets carried away in the bottom lane.
I mean, this is the power of the POS 5 Ench though. Like, the damage output at the start of the game is humongous mid lane.
And Topson just manning up on the Enigma here, gonna take it down. Look at the damage outputting from Topson right now. He just takes down 2. The glaives, it's just tearing through their very souls. Zai is watching, but can't do anything here as this tower is just getting eaten alive. They actually find the dust. They grab the bounty hunter here, but they don't have the catch for him. Meanwhile, Nisha farming nearby. He's just looking for a Yasha, the poor guy. I mean, oh my god. Jarax takes a ton of damage from that adaptive strike.
You gotta keep going. Like,
Don't think so. Yeah, they're pushing out bottom with No-Tail right now. But you were saying that earlier the gank onto mid-1 was the power of the Enchantress, but it's the power of the Enchantress and the Pangolier. This support duo is brutal. The lockdown which the Pangolier was offering, like if the Troll Warlord has a second to get ultimate off in that situation. I'm not sure if it was still on cooldown or not, but even the axes to cause a mischance onto No-Tail, anything like that, the gank becomes so much harder, but the Pangolier just completely locked him down.
If you ever get a silence proc on the Pango onto the troll as well, his life becomes so much more difficult. Like, he's going to build
Absolutely.
this BKB now because he needs it, but he's so far away. Especially with how quick OG are playing the tempo here.
These glaives are
That
beautiful.
tower!
Yeah, this is looking scary.
No-Tail's Ench, like, creep army. He's just refreshing all of them over and over again.
There's so many creeps from all of them here. They don't. I thought they had a Helm of the Dominator on Seb. They don't.
But what is this damage?
It's gone. The tower is gone. Secret, your base. It's under attack, guys. They are making their way over, and Topson actually takes a ton of damage. He gets fingered as well, but don't forget, he has his Aegis and Nisha. He's got to get himself away. He does manage to back himself out as the Aegis is dropped, and now mid-1 zoning back the rest of the team. They got to try and help out Silence, but somehow Topson's in some trouble. Jarax comes rolling in, but immediately with a back hop, but immediately cancelled again by Seb, who manages to get a roar for time. Topson's still trying to get off as much time as he can before he dies, but die he will. Nisha finding up in the middle of everybody trying to bring down Seb, and Zai's here to play catch as well, but meanwhile, YapzOr and Puppey both get brought down. Zai should be able to find Seb here, and does do so successfully. Meanwhile, Jarax TPing out in the trees. Zai finds another Seb brought down, and the TP cancelled on No-Tail as well. Nisha's on top of him. Zai joining up as well. Doesn't have mana for the track, so it's going to be a bit of a run through the trees, but Zai will get it with the Janada. Secret with the high ground defense is absolutely perfect. They don't land a great black hole. It gets cancelled out immediately, but they just didn't need it. They just control up the fight in exactly the right way, and Nisha and Zai, the absolute winners of that fight. In fact, one of the only 3 surviving members of the entire game, the other one being Jarax, who managed to sneak away in the trees with a TP. But my god, what a slaughterfest so far.
Zai just had 3,000 gold at the end of that fight. I mean, they were all track kills, I think, I'm pretty sure. Like, that's such a huge swing for Secret in terms of their favor.
Even already, look at this net worth graph. It's just a plummet. I'm sure that'll update shortly.
It looks so good for OG at first, but the problem with Silencer is with his item build, he actually just stand there. You know, we talked about the maneuverability. When Nisha goes on him, he basically just has to stand there and just hope that he can out DPS anything that's coming his way. Like, he has the Aegis, but after that, you know, he was stuck in a really awkward position. Rolling Thunder came through as well, disrupting the black hole after the roar, but just wasn't enough.
somehow wasn't enough. I mean, they looked so good when they were taking those buildings, and you know, they did take the tier 3. Shrines are now an option-ish, but with the gold advantage actually swinging to secret right now, it's not really the case. But they're going to look for some more action here. But Puppey's actually found an invis rune on the front lines here, so if he pops his smoke, that would be great. But he actually moves himself away. They seem to be evading it. Look at that ping there. They actually see the sentry ward coming down. They know they're smoked up. The golems coming out of the smoke is a bit of a giveaway, so I'm just going to sit here and farm up these ancients. I'll take control of this part of the map.
The thing is, OG are always going to be in vision control this game just because they have the Hawk from the Beastmaster. The Secret have to read this game really well, which they are doing so far. They're doing a good job, but you know, they've got to keep it up the whole time because they don't have this kind of vision that OG have. Rush is coming in bot lane again.
They want to finish what they started, OG. They're not afraid of going high ground, especially without that black hole. Yep, the Necro 3, all the creeps have been up. There's no catapults this time. They have a tornado, but look at them, they're just cleaning up these creeps. The global silence being used, so they're jumping forwards. Who can they actually pick off, though? Lion held still. Thompson needs one more click. We'll be able to get it off, but now Thompson is up with mid one on top of him, but mid one has to be careful. So damage coming in from both these rangers. The Enchantress and the Drow Ranger just going to work. He's had to pop the ulti really early as Jerax. He's just going bowling. Playing around on the high ground here. Mid one does bring himself up into the fight, but he is an absolute goner. Meanwhile, Finger comes out onto Jerax. He's absolutely fine, though. Meanwhile, Zai brought down inside the base. The Raw comes out and they jump forwards. They get the return kill onto Ana. Secret now on the aggressive, using these buybacks as best they can. Jerax, he's trying to get himself away. He's getting his mana sucked away by Puppey, but not quickly enough. Seb might be the one left behind. He has got a TP, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it here. Morphling closes a gap. Nisha on top of Seb right now, and it should be another successful high ground defense for Secret right now. There is no turnaround potential from OG, not without their Drow Ranger. They do manage to clear out. This time they're silenced away safely. Jerax, is he going to get out of this one? He's being chased, but he's got the jump up into the high ground. Puppey is chasing, but he's got no blink dagger, no mobility really at all, except for these the movement speed. So Jerax gets away. Thompson gets away and grabs himself some bounty runes as well. Zai is following, and he's going to realize this with the track on him. Thompson, you're in the wrong neighborhood, my friend, as the silence comes out. He's trying to fight up. Jerax trying to help him out, but the damage is too severe. Thompson, he's going to get his onions chopped right there. Is Ana now trying to fight up here. Dodges out the impale nicely. Jerax is going hunting. He's looking in the trees for Zai, as Ana just getting the damage off, getting nice and close to Ana here, trying to stop that man. Well, actually gives up. Thompson, mid one just gets chopped down. Meanwhile, Zai hanging out around the back here. The silence just about misses somehow, but the proc chance comes in. Zai slowed down a little bit by those frost arrows. It's a long chase if they want to try and get it, and Zai actually just runs straight past them.
Bamboozled.
Yeah, a little bit too late on the dust there. Was it?
Just first time I've been able to say it, but Nisha is owning in these fights. Like,
yes,
both of them around the racks. Like, then they can't touch him, they can't finish him off. They get him close every single time, but he's using this Manta and the attribute shift and the purge from the morph really well. He's just about surviving all the time, and OG have to find a way to bring him down in the backline here. I'm not sure what that is at the moment. Maybe a blink on the Pango, possibly. Oh, Zai as well. Zai versus Jerax.
They're both gonna die, it looks like. Alright, well, that actually works out better for Jerax, and he just straight up buys back, because they're going at mid, and a buyback from Zai as well. This game is turned up to 100 right now. OG on the high ground, I'll take down the tier 3. Nisha looking for the Drow. Drow backs herself away, but the melee form in. Nisha's on top of it. The Raw has to come out to save Ana. They're not the ideal usage of it right now, as No Tail's kind of left behind, trying to fight up with YapzOr, but it's a useless fight, as YapzOr just gets as close as possible. Meanwhile, Zai tries to come in. Ana TPing himself away. The adaptive strike isn't enough to catch him out. Nisha with the heads-up plays, and now looking towards Thompson as well. Thompson on the run. He uses the Atos. They've got the global silence, but he doesn't want to use it. Not for this, as in comes mid one to chop up the silencer, and Thompson has made short work of. A little bit jump onto the high ground left for Jerax. He's going to have to pop the ultimate to roll himself out of this one. He doesn't have a TP though, and they're going to know where he's going. He just wants to drag their attention away from this middle lane. Do not push us, is what the message seems to say. Now a 3k gold advantage for Secret. It's very small, but it's going to be enough for them to go to high ground right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, talk about a game turnaround in the space of about 5 minutes. This is so intense. I mean, all these track kills from Secret are adding up really quickly, though. Jerax is getting chased by Zai again. It's the one-on-one.
We know how this one ended before. Might be the same thing again, as he's got another swashbuckle, but Zai's looking much scarier this time around. So he's up onto the high ground, TP out. Do we have a shot? Oh, it doesn't matter. He actually gets a silence, so he can't throw down the shuriken. Thanks very much, Icefork.
They just take the racks. I mean, obviously, you know, OG just weren't ready to defend, but I'm really surprised because Secret, it looks like they're not ready to defend their buildings in their base. Like, they lost their 2 tier 3s, but then all of a sudden, they just collapse on top of OG, and Nisha just commits every time now with the E-Blade. And there's a DD. So, thank you, Gaben.
DD morphling. Never something you want to fight into, at least not willingly. OG's sticking around in this middle lane a little bit here. Seb has these necro creeps up, so wants to make some use of them. I don't really think you want to go in here. Where's YapzOr at, by the way? He's got the Helm of the Dominator and the Guardian's Greaves. It's no kind of initiation for him. He realizes that he's not really a black hole user this game, to be honest. Despite being on the Enigma, it's just not likely to be useful due to the silencer and the amount of silencers they have, the roar as well. Both BKB penetrating.
Bot lane's pushing in for Secret at the moment, so OG might have to defend that at some point, but they have the
Secret actually re-smoke. They really want to make some usage out of this. They might find Jarax in the tree line here. Swashbuckle away, popping the Rolling Thunder just in time before the Adaptive Strike comes in and keeps him knocked down. So Jarax will just happily spin around inside his bowling ball right now. But the silence on to 2 from Nisha. And then the Adaptive Strike followed up by the... was that an Adaptive Strike or was that just an Ethereal Blade?
I think it was Adaptive, but it's really important that OG play around this vision here on the high ground. Like, the fights are really difficult for them already. If they don't have the vision advantage here that we've talked about before with the Hawks, with the wards, it's really difficult for them to ever find their target.
Might have caught one. Seb is definitely an option here, but the global silence comes out. But the BKBs pop from mid one as he just runs forwards into this fight. They can't do the damage to the Morphling because they need to run away from mid one. It's too much damage coming out from Ivanov with the 4-star. Mid one still chasing. He's got this BKB. He wants to try and get himself some kills while he runs himself in. Right now, Thompson is here, but it's Secret into the base. They eliminate Seb and Anna straight away, and Thompson now being jumped under the tier 4s as well. He can't survive. He's only a silencer, and now the black hole comes out on 2. YapzOr just picks up the blink dagger and gets it onto both of them with an impale coming out. Secret are dismantling OG in next to their own ancient, and now they look towards the tier 4s. There's no buybacks left on OG. Could this game really be over already? I think it is. A GG and a call from NoTail, and that's going to be the gravestone which puts an end to OG's try versus Secret in this best of 1 series. What a turnaround.
That was amazing. They were like 5k behind at 15 minutes. All of a sudden, there's like a 20k net worth swing in the space of about 10 minutes this game, just because of the track goals from track kills, sorry, from Bounty Hunter. It just gives them this constant move speed that the track of, you know, it's your whole team. They're just running forward like the Enigma